Hello everybody, it's Carl here from the Vinyl Guys. I'm bringing you another video as part of our virtual workshop tutorial group. In this video we're going to be looking at the variable data option within VersaWorks. So for those that don't know, variable data is a way of bringing in multiple pieces of data onto one design. So for instance, you could have concert tickets where there's 3,000 people. So if you've got one design but you'll have a seat, a row, an area, obviously you don't want to manually input all them onto 3,000 separate designs. You could also do it on smaller numbers, so if you do personalised clothing or workwear, you can also bring say 20 to 30 names in and put that onto one design also. So there's no limit on how many or how little you do, it's just to save you time of inputting a larger number of information onto one design. So what I'll do, I'll go through the setup with the spot colours within Illustrator. We'll then show you in Excel how to create your spreadsheet, and then we'll go in VersaWorks and show you how to import the data and how to edit the data once it is in VersaWorks. So as an example, you'll see in Illustrator I've just designed a very simple ticket design. So you can call whatever you can use whatever you want to in Illustrator, but for this instance, I want to put people's names. I want to use a seat, and I'm going to put a row as well. So all these are going to be the names of my spot colours. So what we'll do is we will create an area within there of where you want to put this information. So I've drew a box next to the name. I'll also do one next to seat. I'll do one for row also. And all you're doing is creating an area of which the variable data will be included. You can do it smaller, you can do it bigger. Again, don't worry so much about the placement at the minute. You can edit all the placement of the text, the numbers, any part of your design within VersaWorks once you've brought that information in. So now we've done that, we've created 3 areas where we want the variable data of a name, seat and a row. Just like any other Roland spot colour, we need to give it a name that will distinguish it in VersaWorks so that when you bring it in, VersaWorks knows what function you want to do. So for instance, normally if you want to do print and cut, you'd create a cut line and you'd call it a cut contour. You could do a perf cut and you'd call that perf cut contour. So in this instance, we want VersaWorks to know we're going to be using a variable data information and setup. So it's the same sort of setup. You can select any colour you want to from your swatch. So for instance, say if I want the blue, all you have to do with that one is rename it. So for instance, you'd call it VDP, which is the code for the spot colour for variable data. So what we'll do is VDP underscore name, and then you change that to spot colour. And now that is a Roland spot colour. When you bring that into VersaWorks, it will recognise that as a variable data option. So to save time, what I've done, I've already created my own spot colours. So I've got a VDP name, VDP seat and a VDP row. So you select each individual one, so the name, select the outline and click on VDP name. That will change the colour for you. Same on seat. We want to select the VDP underscore seat, so we'll set that colour, and then the row will do exactly the same again. So the spot colour is a red, and I've called that VDP underscore row. So I'll click that, and now all I've done is just distinguished each area of that design, and that's where the information is going to be input when we bring it into VersaWorks. So essentially that's all you have to do within Illustrator. Once you've got your design, you're just creating that spot colour to bring the information in. So that's my design done. So all I'm going to do with that one is File, we'll save that. And we'll save that as a PDF. So documents, for now we'll just bring it onto the desktop. PDF, save. Save PDF. And now that's ready to go. That's our design, it's got spot colours on it and we're ready to go. What we want now is an Excel spreadsheet with our list of names, our list of seats and list of rows. Ideally, when you're creating this document, most people that want this design will already have a document set up with the list of names, the seat number, the row number, the area. So hopefully you won't have to do this too often. So we'll go into our Excel, and just as an example, I've already set up like a mini variable data option. So we've got our names, we've got our seat numbers, and we've got our rows. So when we created the spot colours, we called them spot colours VDP_name. So when you're creating this document, you need to set each column exactly the way you set the spot colours. So with caps locks, the exact wording. So with this one, we called it capital VDP _, we had a capital N, and then we name. Exactly the same again, VDP _seat, and then this one VDP _row. So now when we bring this spreadsheet into VersaWorks, it will match the VDP name, the seat and the row to the relevant spot colours we've set in our Illustrator. So all we do with that, save as, and we'll save it as long as it's a CSV text file. We'll call that VDP, save on the desktop. And that's ready to go. So what we'll do, we'll go into VersaWorks now, and the first thing we need to do is bring in our design. So we'll go add job to QA, locate the file we've just created, which is that one. And what happened, that will bring our design in. Just like any other spot colour or special item, in the central option there, you'll have special items. You have got a cut line because the logo on the vinyl guys has got a cut line around it, but just ignore that for now. The one we're looking for is the variable data. So what that's detected, it's detected the spot colours we've set in Illustrator. So when we bring our spreadsheet in, it will allocate all the settings, all the data to the relevant spot colours that we've set. So again, set your job up as normal. Go into your job settings, get your media width, set it up as you would normal. So for this one, we've got 8 bits of data. So what we do, we'll set that to 8. Press enter. So we've set that up for our recommended number of tickets. Set it up as normal, blah, blah, blah. The main one we need to get to is your variable data. So now what we want to do is bring in our spreadsheet that we've created. If you tick enable variable data, this box becomes available, and then you'll have an attributes option. So when we bring this spreadsheet in, you'll then have all the options to edit your font, your size, your positioning. You'll find everything in this box there. So all we're going to do now is bring in our spreadsheet. There it is on the desktop. Double click. And now you'll see all the list, so the names I've created, the seat numbers and the row letters. What you can do it all individually, so you can click on separate rows. So if you wanted the certain names in different colours, different fonts, etc., you can just click individually, or you can just select the top of the column and that will edit everything in that column. So what we'll do, we will change, just for now, just change the font to any sort of anything random so you can see. We'll change the size 72, and you'll see it as you're changing it, you'll see it appear in the preview box. So you can change the font, you can rotate it, so you can put it that way, you can do it that way, you can mirror it if you need to, and you can also change the positioning, so if you want it to the left, to the right. So you can do whatever you want to in here. So all the editing is done within the VersaWorks. A little bit smaller. Okay. So then we can do the seat numbers. Again, whatever you want to, whatever font you want. Change the sizing. 36. Positioning. And then you can do the same with the rows again. So again, fonts, whatever you need it to be. Change the sizing again. So as you're changing it, you're literally seeing it happen on this preview screen. From then on, you can just edit it the way you want to. So that's the way you're creating a variable data print. Again, not too many people use it, but it's there as an option. Like I say, you don't need thousands and thousands of names or numbers. You can simply use this for if you've got 10 garments to do, rather than do 10 different designs for different people. You can bring in one design, type out all the names in Excel, bring the spreadsheet in and use it that way. We found out on some of our training courses we do that not many people knew about this option. It doesn't get shown on installation training. It only gets shown on your additional training afterwards, or if you just stumble across it. It is there. If someone from Roland will give you this information, it's basically what I'm trying to say is it's not an accessible bit of information that you're shown on installation. So I'm hoping this is a bit of use to people. Again, if there's any other information you'd like or any other demos you'd like on the variable data. Granted, it's only a quick run through of it. If you want a more in-depth look at it or in-depth look of how it's done, please do not hesitate to get in contact with us here at the Vinyl Guys. Always happy to help.